Well, welcome to the Complete Nonsense Podcast. I want to pre-apologize for anything that we may say that may piss you off or offend you. If it does, please call your friends. Tell them to get on and listen to what these fucking idiots are saying. Comment, hit that subscribe. We want to hear your opinion, but not really. We need the money. Let's begin. There you go.
We're back with another episode of Complete Nonsense.
That was
I'll leave it
flat.
for you,
Was
bro.
that not flat?
That was
We're fucking back,
There you go.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Welcome
We
back.
can't. That was aggressive.
To
But
Complete
yeah, we
Nonsense.
liked it. So what are we at? 40. Look, see, now I actually have the number written, so we're 46.
46.
Because we start every single show with trying to figure out where we are.
Yeah.
We're always trying to figure out where we are. I want to say hello to everybody. Hello, Sherpa. How are you today, buddy?
I'm all right, man. How you doing?
Good. You feeling good today?
I'm all right.
You got everything squared up after
Square.
the things were moved around and leveled.
I'm
and
a square going into a circle, buddy.
Okay, that's good. Stable. To me, that just shows stable, right? Today, nobody's getting American Next.
I'm a circle going into an oval.
You are, yeah. Just say conundrum.
Kundunka.
Let's welcome another new co-host, Erin.
Hello.
Welcome to the show, Erin.
That's Oz.
How are you today?
Good. Also trying to figure out where I'm at.
Where are you at? Where, like, just in this room?
In general.
Or in general? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think
How I
we
got here.
Yeah, I don't think we ever figured that out, right?
No.
I know why we brought you in because you have a great story that you are a life coach, right? You started, and we've discussed My Child and what's the matter?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's on.
I'm on.
We've
I'm
discussed My
You
Child.
said
and
coach.
Coach.
He got excited.
who? Oh,
She's
coach.
a coach, yeah.
Oh,
She's a coach in many
okay.
things.
So what you didn't tell me that.
I don't need
Well, now we can call her coach, but now I've
Yeah.
introduced her. Is that
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right?
No, it's
All right.
cool.
All right, we can go back.
We start again.
If I need to edit, I won't edit.
Oh, no.
So, coach, let's go. It's just so awkward to say it after the fact. Like we should have started with that.
Well,
don't
we
you
did
think?
talk about
He's
it.
coach.
Oh, he's coach now.
Yeah,
We talked about it. It's okay.
You're a coach.
No, I'm always coach.
we're both coach.
Yeah, no,
coach.
you're not always coach.
Co-coach.
Put me in the game, coach.
Sure,
no, I
but
can
this
do it.
is fucking going.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
and I'm
I don't
sitting
either.
in the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've coached. They've
So are we.
literally played 5 games of volleyball, and all of a sudden these fucking two think they're Bobby Knight and
like it.
Trzaskowski. What's the dude's name from Duke for all those years, bud? You would know his name.
I don't know
right?
that, yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Krzyzewski.
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 Thank
Oh.
you, sir. I appreciate.
Now
it.
I know.
So yes, you and I did. How you and I met. Besides the fact that we're all one big happy family, we were talking about youth counseling, right? Troubled youth, and you have worked with them for many years. How many years have you done that?
25 years.
25 years. And in there, you developed the skills of life coaching. Just troubled youth, or do you also do adults?
No, adults too.
Do you?
Not that I ever wanted to, but it had happened.
You didn't want it, just kept because of the youth you were dealing, I'm assuming, with their parents.
Yeah. Families. Yep.
And was it within the organization? Like, was it in a group home?
That's
setting?
where I started 25 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, okay. In the
Group home
setting.
for adolescent girls, court ordered.
Oh, nice. So were you also working with the same girls for many years, or was this like a
It's a
certain time
live-in,
period?
live-in group home residential setting.
Okay. And what kind of was it for troubled in terms of like getting in trouble, or was it cognitive and
So both. So they were court ordered. So you might have, but it was very mixed. So you might have, gang members, hospital kids, just everything you can imagine.
Yeah, that's for a bit to get into that, you really have to care about humanity. And I've told the story of that I worked for a group home of autistic adults, but my story was it was a lot more entailed with adults. Like, you can't have Johnny having a soda bottle. One guy loved
Understood.
to eat butter. I mean, it was really for a 17-year-old guy who was just starting to realize moving from smelling magic markers to getting magic mushrooms. It was a really interesting experience. So I realized very soon that I wasn't cut out for that world. when there was
It's a
a
major
guy,
transition right there.
It really is, and I think I talked about it on the show where they would have us take them to the mall and
Yeah.
such, which again, I respect, we're all people. We eat, shit, sleep, and die the same way, not in the same manner, but in the same way. Right. But there were things to me that I've always been logical, like the most violent guy they would put behind the driver of the bus.
Right.
How-
Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Right. So I know you've probably seen a lot of that, probably a little different with teens, but probably a lot more attitude, right?
A lot of attitude, very violent.
Yeah, all girls or both?
All girls.
All girls.
All girls are aggressive,
Very aggressive. Yeah. So do you?
hormonal.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. What? May we ask what ages they were? Were they between 10 and 17?
So adolescent. So yeah, 12 and 17.
Okay. So
Yeah,
and then
we might have had an 11-year-old.
so court ordered. They came in certain amount of time. You were one of
They
the counts.
lived there. It was a long-term residential.
Oh, long term. Okay. So they were there. So they were
we
trouble.
raised
trouble.
them.
They had bars on the window and shit. Like,
No, in fact, and then back then it was full on restraint, body on body restraint. You didn't have.
But you're
you
so
know.
young. See, my thing, we were able to restrain, but we had to. It was a certain way, and it had to be very quick to calm them down because nowadays you train somebody. I'm assuming they still do,
You
but
have
it's
to,
probably
but-
frowned upon. Because everybody wants. I mean, I've seen all kinds of things where somebody drops. I saw. Look at the guy in
Yeah.
Urban Air.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to sue.
Do you like
know?
come in with like a needle if they get too crazy? Just like
This isn't Queens, right? This is an Operation Mindcrime where she's got him on.
We had a night nurse
Asylum.
that came in and did the meds, but that's about it.
See, Dees is picturing like
Yeah.
Operation Mindcrime Queens, right?
He knows how bad
Where-
it can get with
Yeah.
adolescent girls.
Yeah, I'm
Violent.
sure. Yeah, I'm sure he probably sent a bunch of them there. His and his
Quite
friends'
possible.
behavior weren't because he will tell us the days. One day we'll get into his gangship. He was in a gang. Yeah, he was in the Willow. How can I not? That's a great segue
Maybe
into
that's
that.
why we get along so well.
maybe it is.
Willow.
I think I
Run
remember
gang.
you. I remember you.
Bro, you were in the Willow Run gang,
He
dude?
was in the
Straight
Willow
up?
Run.
No, straight up, you were.
He was, bro.
The Willow
It's
Run
not-
was a
Might be out
good
of my
one.
scope.
It's not. You guys are.
There was actually, yeah.
You
there was a
got-
gang
that is
over
a
there.
true story.
They're known,
So,
bro.
who else did you?
Yeah, there you go. So you've
womp, womp.
Yeah, sure, but we'll get into that one day.
Yeah.
So how many? Sorry, you did that 25 years? Did you say?
Ago, yeah.
And now you are a professor of it because you teach psych
I teach
and-
psych and life skills.
and life skills.
Can we do a quick evaluation of everybody in this room real quick? Quick psychological.
That'll be 3
psychological-
episodes.
That would be yeah,
Start with AC.
1, 2, 3.
yeah, but we all know I'm fucking crazy. I mean, I accept,
why we're here.
That's one category.
I accept who I am. I love.
Somehow we're all here.
Yeah, I love being the villain. So, well, welcome to the show, and we're going to come back to you if you don't mind. And as you're sitting here, because we want your 2 cents. So when you see something crazy, like you can evaluate his 10-year-old Willow Gang run thing on their bicycles and shit like that.
Are you
right?
gonna like tackle me if I like start getting out of line? Like, what's your form of?
She's gonna stick you with the needle, bro. She's got the needle.
How do you teach?
I got my friend right back behind me.
Oh, that'll stop me real quick.
And I do want to say that you've also worked in, before we move on from you, and if it's okay, you have also dabbled and worked within mediumship, right? That's something that's within your life that I have talked to you extensively about. I can't wait until I can tap that resource, right? I want that resource hitting me. If you see something within this episode, like you see Sherpa starts to sometimes he swings a little bit, just
Well, he just said, I can't wait to tap that
Yeah,
thing.
he did. He did say it. I was gonna let it go, but now that you said it,
well,
She's a special guest.
read between the lines.
I
No
think I
more-
need my code word already. 5 minutes in.
yeah, I could just it's conundrum. Say conundrum. I do want to bring up, I'm not going to bring this party down, but I'm going to be very quick about this. I want to say that we were going to do yesterday. Yesterday was a special day for us in terms of a family. It's a terrible day, as most of you know out there. I'm sure everybody who knows me knows it's a terrible day. It is the passing of Kaylee. It's, to me, not an anniversary, as I've posted, that it's where they rip the fucking Band-Aid off. So every day you go through it. She's surrounding me. She's behind you. She's on this wall. She's in these pictures. She's on my computer. We talk about her all the time, between me and Nick and Bo and even Bam. We all talk about CC, right? You guys even talk. Everybody that I know and love, you guys have all been very supportive. So yesterday we were going to do the show, and Kaylee was working overtime yesterday. First of all, you couldn't be here, right? You had a special dinner because the move. Hey, Sherpa, you know what he got for the move last week? Remember we were trying to pressure him for what he got for the move? He got a Takara dinner. He got
Oh, that's nice.
Right? He got the
Told
pizza
you,
and the
my
Takara.
boys take care of
No,
me.
no, I don't want to.
They take care of me.
I don't want to hear that. So she was working overtime. You couldn't be here, right? Sherpa was all ready to go, which is the first. So she probably made Sherpa say, "Hey, I'm good for Friday night. I didn't have to worry and wonder what was going to happen."
Which is always a miracle.
Always a miracle. Right? He was ready to go yesterday. I was told by another friend of mine, which is just, again, I'm going to run through this list real quick, that she says to me, AC, I think your daughter was saying hello to you through me. She says, I was listening to a church podcast, right? And I hope you don't mind I mention her, the big C. She says, I was listening to a church podcast and these people were getting baptized. And she's like, I just want to tell you that I've never, and I don't know anybody, and I've never heard the name Kaylee before I met you. And at the end of the podcast, a Kaylee was being baptized. So I was on the beach, because I took the whole day. I said, fuck it. You wake up, it was weird. I posted something on Facebook about it, that it's just, it always feels off. So that happens. Then my family decides to stay the extra day. So my sister's here, my brother-in-law's here. My son wanted to come in, as we all know, Bo. He couldn't. So what's the next best thing? One of his best friends comes to stay with us for 4 days.
Yeah.
He's become part of the family. Welcome, hello, Matt. We'll bring him in next time. And then Nicole, right? We all know Nick, my Nick, who struggles she's been doing great. She's a 911 operator. She loves her job, as we've talked about. And it's impossible for her to get a car. Right? You know the car situation. Got in a car. We showed the pictures a couple weeks ago. Yesterday, all of a sudden, State Farm calls her and gives her a car for 2 months. That's her fucking sister. Like, this chick has the worst credit. She has no credit card. She has me, right? And I can't do anything from all these. The last time we talked about the car, I sent up a car and the guy was checking out like he was the FDA, what is he called? The gun guys, right? The not the FDA.
Inspectors.
Yeah, we don't even know. Let's pass on, right? So anyway, that happened yesterday. Bo never gets a day off. His company gives him a day off. And little Bam wants to sit next to a friend in school. They get these test scores. And all of a sudden, the teacher's like, well, on Monday. And all of a sudden, Friday morning, she says, oh, you guys can sit next to each other. So she came home excited. And it was like everything that happened yesterday was probably a direct result of Kaylee
100%.
just watching over everybody.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
The greatest thing that happened yesterday, besides all that, which I am so grateful for. As you know, Jeannie was here last week, right? Shout out to Jeannie. Thank you. I hope you're getting calls. Shannon and Eileen Healing.com. She calls. She never calls during the day. Ever. Never calls. She knows Cece and I are working. We're doing our thing, right? Never. She works during the day, as you know. She calls and she's upset about Cece's headache. She's been having these headaches lately, right? We go to the neurologist. We all know Cece was in the hospital for a couple of hours. They told her to go see her neurologist. They want to figure out migraines and all. And Shannon never calls, ever. Never says, during the day. She does her thing. She calls her up. And she's sad, right? What's going on? I want to make sure you're okay. Sister, I need to know you're okay. She goes, do you think the vaping has anything to do with it? Fucking Cece quit vaping yesterday.
I do. I do.
Of course.
She quit vaping yesterday.
Yeah.
Go to smoking.
That is how that works.
No.
No, I'm talking about.
Oh, you're talking.
Yeah. She's a professional.
Yeah, this guy has something where he thinks smoking is the best part of all of it. So that was the greatest thing that happened yesterday. She actually decided to quit vape. But not only did she quit vaping, right? She took her vapes. This is where I get aggravated. Right? let's bring this back to reality for a minute. And Kaylee, we love you, and it was a great day for you. If you're gonna stop, you're fine. If you're gonna stop the vaping, let's not throw away the $35 vapes. I could have found somebody who would have taken them. They're in the and she kept saying the dumpster. They're in the dumpster.
Her.
Yeah, but in the dumpster.
Whatever she needs to do, she needs to do.
But I could have given
but she needs to recognize she's doing it.
Yeah,
right.
In the dumpster.
Listen, that's an act of.
That's an act. Yeah.
Defiance. No. Defiance on my $40. That's the only act that I feel was happening. No. So I'm like,
it was a necessary act for her.
Yeah. So I go, Matt, do you want the vapes? I said, you know, I didn't know this at this
But he
point.
just run and dive.
Because
You're
we
gonna
went
give
to,
them to the kid?
yeah, I was going to give him the kid. He
What?
smokes, he vapes. He vapes. So he's not ready to quit. I'm not on him. I'm just grateful he's here.
You're an
I'm not,
enabler.
yeah, I'm not having Kaylee do everything for everybody. You know, the chick's got, she needs a rest, right? So I'm like, hey, do you want the vapes? You know, no problem.
Yeah.
And little Bam's in the back. They're in the dumpster.
Atta girl.
They're in the dump. I'm like, are they like? How did you throw them out? How did they get thrown out? Did you throw them in? And she raw dogged them right into the dumpster.
Atta girl.
No bag, no.
Support it.
So I opened the big dumpster, which I have a funny story for you about that. So the big dumpster, right?
they're
So I
gross.
open it up, and there they are, like at the bottom. My brother-in-law was here this week. He fixed my ceiling, did spackle. It rained. He fixed the box back
they're
out there.
done.
He put all this in there, right? So funniest part is I'm standing there yesterday. So before they went in, I dragged the garbage up. So he took my brother-in-law took all this old rotted wood, put it in there. He spackles the ceiling, right? And it has to stay open because the wood is too big for it. Right? And the poor garbage man comes out with a foot of water in it with spackle. And I see him put the garbage into it and the juice squirts out all over his
The
face.
worst. The
I felt
worst.
so bad for the guy.
The worst.
I'm like, yo, dude, use the hose. He's over there putting the hose on his face. I was like, it's just spackle, man. It wasn't hychloric acid. And he's like, no, man, it's all over my face. I'm like, sorry, dude. I'm sorry. It was pretty funny. So yeah, she was working overtime yesterday. So now I get into this dumpster. I look in the dumpster and I cannot get these vapes out. So now they're.
But now she can't go back to it because she might have
No,
gone
you-
back
you know
if
what
they
she
were
did?
in the house.
You know what she did?
She got another one.
No, she didn't get another one. You know what she did?
Doing the real thing.
This guy.
Real thing.
What do you mean this guy?
This guy.
Who's the enabler
Yeah.
What do you-
now?
no, wait a minute. I
exactly.
wasn't even there.
Yeah,
I
you were
was-
there. You were there. Were you
You
there?
know,
this-
Stax is going to give her what she
Right.
wants.
So
Stax is not going to.
So I would rather her, you know, remember she has headaches, right?
Right,
So
right.
the headache problem is going to not be solved by continuing to smoke.
Well, we
but she
can't
has
do it
to,
at the same time. We got to take this one at a time.
and she get right up on that mic, girl.
I will say when
right up on it.
when I vaped, I was in agony, and then when I mean I'm not trying to promote smoking, but once I stopped vaping and I went back to smoking, I instantly felt better. Now again, I get it, smoking, whatever, but again, it's not as intense.
Yeah.
There's something. I think there's something in those vapes. If you get to a certain point, it hits you.
Yeah, I believe it.
I mean,
Well, it's a
I was
chemical.
coughing like a maniac.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, so
Could I ask you a question, Coach? If I say Coach and you
I mean,
both
we're not
respond?
sure which
Oz.
one, but we can bounce off.
We're going with Erin. Erin, so let me ask you: in your travel therapy, do you feel that like the hypnosis of those kind of things is that does it work? Does it truly work? Like, do you have ever played or know people in that medium?
Not hypnosis. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I've heard that it works, but I have no idea.
See, I don't know
no
anybody
idea on
that's
hypnosis.
actually
you
tried.
hypnotize people.
I have no idea.
No,
do
no,
that.
no. I'm sure she probably
And I'm
knows
not a
lot
licensed
of.
therapist.
Right,
But
right.
I don't know anything about hypnosis working. I've been hypnotized.
Did it work?
I have no idea. I wasn't trying to do anything. I was on stage. It was like this kind of situation.
was it-
Hey, you
it
want
was-
to try this? Sure.
Was your hand ended
So
up in
did
your ass?
yeah? Did you? All right, wait. We have questions.
What
I
did
don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
because I
what-
was under hypnosis.
But so then you truly were hypnotized.
Yeah.
and
what-
I've seen other people get hypnotized. Yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as being able to quit something, I don't know.
Right.
Would he make
So
you
when he
be a
hypnot-
chicken or
Yeah.
something?
What did he make you do?
I don't know. I was hypnotized.
Nobody told you.
Nobody
They
told you?
The guy could have made you do all kinds of crazy
Yeah.
things, and
Yeah.
they just let you up and then put you back down in your chair and were like they
Yeah.
ignored you. Did everybody look at you?
It
Were
was
they
a college
pointing?
thing.
Oh, it was a college. Yeah. There's a lot of stories.
Did
in
you have like
college,
a gag in your mouth or something?
Did you have to rip duct tape off your eyes?
Yeah.
Did you have your eyebrows?
Now's a good time to
Great
use your safe
question.
word.
Yeah, for sure, right? You're just gonna throw that.
Yeah,
Who? And that's what we love about our guests.
I get myself in these situations
Yeah.
all the time.
Who's gonna not
in
know
point.
what happened?
Yeah.
Who's gonna be in college on a stage, get hypnotized, and not ask
Or just
anybody?
not remember.
Well, even ask your friends. Were you?
Yeah, I don't, I'm sure I did at the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So it wasn't that significant. Like the guy probably had you buck like a chicken or
Yeah.
some shit.
Yeah.
I'd have been doing. Could you imagine college chicks and you can hypnotize them? Jesus fucking Christ. Are you out of your
Essay
mind?
anybody?
Oh, we couldn't go that right. That's a little creepy. There's Sherpa with his creepiness. I also he's going along just fine, and now I'm doing 25 years. No, I wouldn't do that. Would be weird for a show, right? Like somebody would stop. You'd hope somebody would say something like, "No."
Yeah. Oh, we don't like that part of the show. Hey, 8:45. 8:45.
That was one of the funny. We were talking about a woman who did a 1,000 lined up 1,000 men. I'm sure you don't know anything about this. Is in your world, but we would not want to be the guy holding 854. Like we're in line for 854.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, no essay. Sorry, no essay. Unless you mean like hey essay, that would be okay.
That's taking a turn.
Yeah. All of a sudden I'm up there and 6 cops are coming in. No, that's his college shit, right? This is a guy who shit in a Dorito bag and put it in the
falling
thing.
out of the ceiling.
Yeah, as right. Okay, so that was the Kaylee day, and thanks for that, Sherpa. We appreciate that. We'll just you have that button over there.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere.
Okay. I want to say that we talked about last week. You are familiar with the chicken jockey? Have you heard about that? No, Chicken Jockey. There's a Minecraft movie, and everybody says in the movie somebody says chicken jockey, and then they throw popcorn, they throw chickens in the air. There's chickens. It's like some sort of trend that's going on. So I decided to take the girls last week.
Yeah.
I wanted it so bad. Like I bought extra popcorn. I didn't put butter on it because I figured if I was going to throw it at the guy next to me, because were you there when my brother-in-law said?
Don't ruin his shirt.
Yeah. He wasn't. It was just me and the 2 girls.
Yeah.
And he says, my brother-in-law says if anybody would throw popcorn at me, he was with us last week. Ray, he was our guest.
He was swinging.
Yeah. He says, if anybody fucking throws popcorn or slush, because they're saying slushies, they're saying all kinds of things. Yeah. He says, I'll fucking kill him. Right. So I was like, okay, I was conscious of that. So I looked around the theater. Yeah.
Popcorn without butter is okay.
Yeah. Popcorn without.
I think so.
Yeah. Right. I mean, the grease dripping down. Right. So it gets everybody in this movie theater is anticipating this moment. It's a full theater. It was 4:00 and it was in our hometown. Anyway, so I'm stoked. I'm waiting for this moment, and it's coming and coming and coming. Comes, nobody says a word except your stocks goes chicken jockey, and you can barely hear it. Everybody's like looking around, like, you gonna do it?
I love that kid.
Bunch of bitches. Like I wanted it so bad. Like I was ready. I had a full tub. I paid $30. This popcorn I was gonna waste. Nothing. I just sat there and ate it. I looked at Bam. I was like, after I'm like, chicken jockey. Nobody did a damn thing. And then I asked the theater. I said, does anybody do it? And she goes, you got to come Friday night. I'm like, damn.
Friday night. What happens Friday?
Bring mine and line her up.
That's what I'm. I want to do it one more
down
time. I totally want to do it one more time and see if anything actually happens.
Listen, just give her the assignment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but you see, the thing about us, that's what we love about her, because her, the rest of the mothers were saying, do not. Yours, right?
Oh,
I'm not saying I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
No, but ours were like, you do not throw popcorn, right? And mine is fantastic. Your mind thinks, I think like you. Mine says, what they don't know doesn't hurt them. So I was like, that applies today.
Of all days.
Of all days,
I mean,
today is the day it applies. It was very extremely uneventful. I was very, very sad about it. I figured, man, what a story to tell. Like we went crazy in the theater, but nobody did it. But
was the movie good?
It was, but it was fun. I mean, I'm not a big Jack Black fan.
Oh, I love Jack Black.
And what I didn't realize is that our kids are 9s, 10s, 11s, right?
Yeah.
In that category, they don't know who Jack Black is.
Of course not.
Not even Kung Fu Panda.
School of Rock? Is that how old
School of
School of
Rock.
Rock?
That's us.
Is
That's
it
us? Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not
it's
us.
Yeah, it is us.
Can you
it is.
punch up what year that was?
Yeah.
My
Oh, way
17-year-old would know maybe
Yes.
know that one, but
Maybe.
He'd know.
Oh, now you're going to say ages of children you actually know, but you're afraid to say the town you're in.
very different thing.
Who? Billy?
2003.
Oh,
2003. That is 22 years ago.
Wow.
Your son don't even know it.
He knows his
Nah.
stuff.
Yeah.
He's a movie guy.
Yeah, I was absolutely shocked. And walking into that theater, again, I cannot understand. I'm trying to get my mind around what we're allowed to do and not allowed to do.
Well, you're not allowed to do that.
We're
Why not? I'm sure they were fully prepared for it.
Oh, yeah. And you have to look it online. If you haven't seen it while you're scrolling tonight, check it out where just type in, are you a TikToker? Are you any of those?
I was a TikToker very religiously until all the drama, and I deleted
Which
it
drama?
until we
Oh,
We
yeah.
own it here in America, and then I'll get
Well,
it
we,
again.
we own it.
On
We're back.
Instagram.
It's back.
It is.
Yeah, it's back.
I just took
Be
a
my
pause.
friend.
Yeah, check it out. Like,
Pause.
I'll let you use mine after the show. You can use mine. So one day you are going to
Dude,
kill my.
what do you want me to do?
I don't want you to kill my
Big
turtle.
guy, small
Kill the
room.
turtle.
One day he's going to kill the light's going to drop in the thing, and we're going to be. We're still going to continue the show.
Oh, that's
but
gonna be
we're gonna
part of
hit
it.
zzz.
Not with me here,
Coming,
please.
Yeah, well,
coming to you live.
It's not like we're going to
podcast.
plan it. It's the big guy. He squirms around like he's.
Dude,
Am I making you uncomfortable?
No,
Yeah.
not
Like
at
he's
all.
Earthworm Jim over there.
Pumpernickel. Pumpernickel.
That's the code.
Pumpernickel.
Yes. So
Conduction.
Conundrum.
Conduction.
say it again.
Conduct.
You have a professor right next to you. She will hyphenetically put it on paper, and you will get every word. It's the
I
best
can't
part.
even
of it.
You
read.
want me to spell it phonetically?
Oh.
Phonetically, right? Did I say that right?
No, you did.
I said
say that.
I
phonetic.
might not have said it right either.
I know one of us did say.
By the way.
Yeah. Well,
By the
but you
way.
didn't say you were English, so you're in good shape. You're teaching children,
That's right.
life coaching.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't there-
She's not teaching
everybody has
children,
their-
she's tackling children.
Yeah.
Well,
Every day's a new day.
So then, just move the leg. So then, it's okay. It's fun to watch.
Yeah,
so
it's fun to
then,
watch.
it's always the leg of the thing. Yeah. So everybody has their strengths. I'd much rather you teach me life skills about learning credit and business, any sort of life skills that are out there. Right. Saying that, what life skills do you, as a professor now? What life skills are you teaching them?
Their favorite thing, my favorite thing, and their favorite thing is we learn a lot about interpersonal relationships,
Oh, okay.
emotional intelligence.
Okay. Does that just with significant other, or is that
No,
an
because
everyday
this is-
business?
So this is the first class they take when they come to college. This is a transition class. So that applies at work, at school, in the classroom, at home, with family. We learn about boundaries. We learn about, really just the language of speaking and conflict resolution and learning to relate with each other in all aspects.
So what, may I ask, in that, is there a golden rule? Is there a golden rule you can tell us in the audience to make your first introduction? Well, I guess I have to backtrack. Is it for relationships that have been established for a long time, or is it relationships you're going into? What is the golden rule of interpersonal relationships coaching?
Listen more than you speak.
Ooh,
Okay.
you got to teach him that.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
We all have our strengths.
But I hear you all, Dees.
No, you don't hear us.
I hear everything.
Sherpa.
Maybe I forget
He
what
hears it.
I hear it.
But actively listening is a different thing.
No, that's not true. That's hurtful. That's just hurtful.
It's meant to be.
And then I just wrote this beautiful thing about everything, and they're gonna beat me up.
Boundaries,
The thing about it
It's
is,
a golden rule.
Yeah, I mean, you
it's
asked.
golden rule. It's a golden rule.
you know what happens in this room, Miss Erin, is that
It's a golden rule.
Another golden rule
Yeah.
is coming.
Another golden one.
this is my room.
Oh, okay.
The
Silver.
Silver. I was going to say bronze. Go ahead.
they love to make me the villain, which I love to be. But he will throw Sherpa. We're gonna speak Sherpa because you heard him.
Bro, I'm
as we're-
active listening right here. I'm out of it,
he's good
dude.
at it.
Yeah.
as we're putting the show together, right? As you heard starting out, and I ask him a question, but he likes to act like, well, I already fucking told you that. But he uses all the IBM and the AT&T and the Microsoft words. You have to put. Now this guy doesn't even pretend to listen because he has no fucking clue.
He just leaves the room.
Thank you, sir. Am I lying? I
know
know what
my
you
rule.
do because now you make
That's my golden rule.
Right. He checks out because he's clueless with it, and that's we accept who he is. We love him for it, right? He's rabbit lollipop, right? How many licks does it take to get to the middle of a Tootsie Roll?
That's not very
He
nice.
will say that. Now I'll ask him a question, and I really want to know it, but there's some of the technical things that sometimes I forget. So he wants to make me the bad guy. Like, I already fucking told you. Well, say it to me, dumb it down. Don't dumb it to D's level, but dumb it down.
Yeah.
Don't
Throw a shot.
I'm not throwing a shot at you.
Shot.
That's not a shot.
Yeah, throw a
You
shot.
leave the room. You just admit you
Throw a shot. I'm pretty sure that I had the answer for that, didn't I, Sherpa?
You did.
I did.
Oh, you
You
did.
100%.
Maybe you
shit.
should dumb it down
That
for
was the
him.
one. That was the one time you had the answer. You son of a bitch. He did. He had the
So
I was
listening without
asked.
judgment.
answer. We're listening without
It's a hard
judgment.
thing to do on the show.
Yeah. Well, judgment. We don't. This is a judge-free zone. Yeah. I mean, he said he didn't believe your shirt was the color of Ranger colors, but that he judged that. But
It's
I
like more of
believe
a
that's-
lightning color.
That's not a lightning color.
Cool.
Sure, yeah.
No. They're both.
Fades into the white. Yeah.
Speaking of that, since you brought up shirts, right? So I'm trying to figure out. what's acceptable in this world, right? What can we get away with? I'm so tired.
Well,
of
I got something right here off the bat. Golden rule: don't wear the same shirt on the show
Every single day.
No.
Every single day. You got 2 fucking suits. Where they at?
Yeah, consistent.
2 suits. That's all I heard about.
I
Like $900. He got 2 suits.
I got to see one.
Yeah,
It was very sharp.
Thank you. I appreciate it. This is comfortable.
I
You're
guess.
in black every single time.
People
Not
don't know
today.
what
I have-
episode we're on. They just think it's one long episode.
I
He's
have-
never changes his shirt.
I have 6. I have looked at
Needs
it.
a fucking shoehorn to get out of it.
I have 4 shirts that we like. 4 shirts. I'm going to wear this shirt that says, speaking of shirts, I appreciate you segueing me into that. I walk into that movie theater and this is what the guy's shirt says. It says, have autism, ready to fuck. If you have autism.
I need to unpack that.
Yeah, and he had full on, I don't know if
Have
he's
autism.
ready to fuck. Going into the Jack Black movie theater. He was probably about 17, 18
Oh, I got
years
it. Okay, it took me a second.
old. Yeah. Wait, what am I missing? I mean, it's pretty, so why would it take you long to figure that out?
It just depends how many pause, where the pause.
There's
is
no
at.
pause. It just said, have autism, ready to fuck. I mean, it's a shirt. I don't know. There wasn't a lot of punctuation
Took
in
me a
it.
minute.
Yeah.
So did you fuck him?
I thought about it. If he didn't have autism, I might have.
What was this movie rated?
PG. Yeah, but it was.
Well,
a
that
16.
explains why he wore that shirt.
Yeah,
He has
yeah.
autism.
I know, but
He didn't know.
But he didn't shop for it.
Maybe he was
He's not out
hypnotized.
shopping, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe just like all his family members, buy, every time they see something with autism on it, they buy it.
And then they let
They
him
think it's
walk
funny.
out.
And then, that's not.
But he was with a girl.
friend.
He was holding her hand and everything. Like he was with
Maybe
some
she
sort
bought
of
him
a
the shirt.
girlfriend.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe.
interesting.
Maybe.
That's like that new show out there with they're doing that. Love is not blind, but love is.
Go ahead, say it.
I don't know what.
Go
I
ahead,
don't know
say
what it's
it.
called. bro.
Autistic?
I don't, no,
Autistic love.
is it autistic?
Hard.
Oh, no. Again. here
Trump
we
said
go.
you're allowed to say it. Yeah, I don't. What is the show really called though? Do we know what the show's called?
I have no idea.
Love on Spectrum.
That's
Oh,
it.
there it is.
It popped
Yeah.
in my thing. So I thought about it. I said, wow,
Right into my thing. Right
Because
into
if
my-
I wore that shirt, which I may next time now that you guys don't like it, who doesn't like my creature
Well, you
with
do
arms
need 7.
wide open?
You said you had 4, but I just think you need 7, at least one for every day of the week.
I do. No, I have about 200.
Oh,
But as Dees pointed out, with my insecurity, I have to squeeze myself in.
Yeah, we've come a long way. The first couple shows, his balls are hanging out of his loose shorts on the side of the room. So we're
just
we're
as
making
the guest
improvements.
They
co-host,
love
can
my
we
balls.
bring a shirt for the
Of
show?
course.
It'll
Yeah,
say
no,
like
I'd
it'll
love
say
to.
That
like
would be nice.
like
Yeah,
new.
that'd be really
It'll
nice.
say
Like the
new.
shirt of my choice.
It's shirt of your choice.
Oh.
That's a good idea.
Hopefully it says have autism. Don't fuck them, because I go to the show and make sure people realize you want to stay away from that. Yeah, It was very. I was a little taken back by that. Like I don't know that if I had a child, because
Right.
that's I have a very good friend of ours who we've known for years, and so we love him. We love him. Call him Duckadee, right? Because he can communicate, but he'll never be able to live on his own.
Yeah, yeah.
And we love him.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
some
I don't know
people
if I'd put a shirt on him.
some
like
people
that.
No.
like some
It's
people
like-
like to own it. Some people just
Yeah.
like to say, "Hey,
Well-
I have it and fuck it."
Could be.
They-
You
they
know
love
how
that.
it works. Like that could be the thing that he's really into.
Right. But again, then should we feel bad if he just used that line?
If you're gonna wear it,
Offended?
if you're gonna wear it,
Or were
I
you
feel like
offended
it's
I wasn't
in a G
offended.
movie
No,
with
I
your-
wasn't offended. No.
with Bam?
No, I wasn't offended. No. Bam's living with an Italian psycho, right?
Yeah.
And an Irish
Just-
psycho.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and I have
So-
both spoken to our children maybe
Pretty real.
maybe we shouldn't. I mean, there's maybe certain things.
Had some better moments.
We've had,
Yeah.
we could do better,
We could
right?
do better.
But we are, I think we're pretty damn good parents,
Yeah, yeah.
as Dees is here, and I know Sherpa's a great father.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I hear he's just as bad. He's worse. I shouldn't say he's just as bad as us, sometimes speaking words they shouldn't hear. Not to the extreme like the C word and stuff, but
Yeah.
they hear it, right? They hear it. I mean, what can you do?
By the way, he is the worst. He says I'm the worst.
You
He's
are the worst.
worst.
One day we're going to carry around microphones. We're going to do those counts. Bing. Every time we hear
Oh.
bing. Yeah, we'll do that.
Bing.
Yeah. And I want to thank him because I think that, once again, being the punching bag of the show, which I love. This guy over here telling me, after the show last week, Ray, first of all, my brother-in-law, we love him to death. He doesn't say a fucking word. You've met Ray many a
I
time.
thought it was a mime.
Yeah, right. Thank you. And this guy, it made me think. You're right. I have such an ego. I walk into this, and you know how I am,
Yeah.
and you know me now. I walk into this, and I'm pretty confident and feel pretty good about what we're doing. I feel like I'm good at it. I feel we're good at it. I feel the show's good. He does his part. You're coming in. Hopefully, I know you're gonna love it. And you'll be back. And because
think
even
she
Shannon,
loves it already.
yeah, she does. They all
she
do.
kinda gave me a
You
smirk
put that
earlier.
headphones on, that fucking on air light.
Yeah.
They know it. So anyway, so he tells me at the end of the show, you should have let the guest talk. I'm like, you don't know my brother-in-law. So I was sitting there thinking about, like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I'm going to start it with her, right? Yeah. And I feel like our interview so far has been going good. You've gotten your sentences out. You haven't
She feels comfortable.
talked over it, right? Because, but he attacked me about Ray. But my brother-in-law, you know him how many years now? Don't say a fucking word.
But he wanted to talk more.
Did
He was,
No, he did.
Yeah, he did.
willingly
No, he
come
did.
on the show?
Yeah, he loved it. He absolutely loved it. He tells him he had mob stories. Now look, let me
He
tell
had
you.
mob
yeah.
stories.
He didn't have
and he
mob
said
He
he
did say
didn't.
that.
No,
He didn't have
there's no
Not a single
time.
one.
But
Yeah,
I
he said
think
2
that's
sentences.
part of it. They get in this room and they get
No,
they
that's
hit
not
some.
what
You
happened.
weren't being a good listener.
Yeah, I was being a very good
Boom, but
He got no mob stories. My brother, maybe he knows some people through the years. His father was a U.S. Marshal and a bailiff in the court system. Maybe that's as far as he got. Secondhand, kind of like the Bible. Okay, he did not have. My brother was not sitting around, fucking Al's dying. I'm gonna make that very clear. And Ray, I know you're listening. Thank you for coming on. We love you. I hope you're driving home safe. You, my sister, I love all of you. Yeah, Michael
Buddy,
Francesca, you're not.
He looks
Ray,
like a
forget
badass.
about it.
Yeah.
He looked like a straight badass though. Like he had the arm tat all the way
Nobody's-
down,
no, we're
bald
not-
head, beard. Looked like he could be gangster. Had the talk. Talk
No,
going
you
on.
actually verified those stories. He was a badass.
No, that's what I say. He's
100%.
definitely a badass.
Yeah, yeah.
This is one thing has nothing to do with the other. Whether he has mob stories is very different than him being a badass. He wasn't in the mob, so I don't know. Maybe you're thinking he's a mobster because no, he's just him and his buddies growing up. I couldn't be happier that they were on our side. And I'm going to tell you, did I tell the story about when I was in a fight and I bumped into one of the guys?
To the pizzeria. Whatever.
Yeah. Okay, quick story, catch up, right? I was one of those guys in high school. Again, you know, say what you will. I wasn't scared of guys and their girlfriends and all that. I took what I wanted. So, and in a good way. So I didn't say, I wasn't on stage, hypnotizing people. So anyway, this guy was looking for me, and it was we had a split schedule, so 10 o'clock in the morning. He was looking for me, and it just so happened to cut that day, right? But he was really mad because I was with his girlfriend, right? So he's like, I'm gonna kick this motherfucker. I'll never forget him. His name was Pete. So I'm gonna say, he's like, I'm gonna find this guy. And all day, nobody told me about it, right? I had no idea. So it was like a Friday or something, right? And I never heard of it. So I'm out at a carnival, okay, in this field by my brother-in-law's house, right? And all of a sudden, I see these guys coming up, and my buddy tells me, "Oh, by the way, he was looking for you on Friday, and he was going to whoop your ass, but I'll be right back." This is wow, my guy had my back, right? Now, when I tell you, God's honest truth, Ray has a friend your size, 300, probably 330, solid muscle, right?
Yeah.
Named Bob Sisler. I know you listen. Thank you, sir. I am standing in this field, and these 5 dudes are walking up to me, and I'm like, okay, I'm assessing the situation. I'm gonna go with one of them. There's not, I've got no choice. I'm gonna lose, but how bad am I gonna lose, right? So I'm backing up, and all of a sudden I back up, and I hit like a wall, and I thought that it was one of their friends behind me. So I whip around, and again, figure I'm 15, 16 years old. At best, I'm 5'11", maybe 6 foot at the time, 180 pounds, if that, right? I turn around and he is there. He's, 6, 7 years older than me. All of a sudden I see this mountain behind me, and I'm like, and I look up, and it's Bob Sisler. And the way he looked, like God was there. The sun was behind him. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? He's like, what's the matter? They all call me Alan John. He's like, what's the matter, Alan John? I said, I'm about to get, he's like, oh no, because he worked for my father. They're very loyal. My father was a partner in a construction company. You want to talk about loyalty to those kind of guys? They were all loyal to my father. And he's like, oh, nobody's going to do that to you. And I'm like, oh no. So I kind of like went behind his leg. I'm like, fuck you, motherfuckers. How's that guy? Fuck you, you got nothing. He's like, if anybody touches this guy, so for the rest of the year, and I shit you not, the rest of the year, I was like king shit walking around that school. I was like, did you say something? I'll fucking call Sisler right now. Yeah, so Ray, going back to the Ray thing, he is a badass. He's that guy. You saw him. You didn't meet him. He's about, what do you say, 5'10"?
I wasn't measuring him.
Yeah. He's about 5'10". He's built like a brick shit house.
He
Bald,
looked kinda
tattoos
tall.
all the way. Like, like friends you and I both know together. He's built like that, exactly like that. Yeah, so that was fun. I want to say also, so thank you for making me think better of the interviewing. I appreciate you insulting me and, trying to teach me. It was a teaching moment.
Yeah, teaching and learning moment.
Light
Sounds like
up.
it worked.
Yeah, a little bit. He let you talk a little bit. But we have a stinking professor in the studio with us right
Well,
now.
what would you like to ask let's see what you'd like to ask the professor.
Well, first off, like, what is the actual field? What's the
She just told us.
What,
Life skills.
But
Student
no,
life skills.
Student
Thank
life
you.
skills is the name of the class.
And she tackles people on the side.
Yeah.
What was me?
Who the fuck's not listening? He's staring down at the buttons.
I
He
pity the
wants-
fool who gets out of my
Mostly adults.
classroom.
Mostly adults.
Right,
But
right.
it's psychology based.
Well, I also teach psychology.
Okay, so psychology. We have a psychology professor in the room with us right now. In
She's not gonna
25 years.
she's not gonna psychoanalyze us though. Unless do you want to psychoanalyze? Who you could start with me. Go.
I don't
for
even know
it.
what that means. What does that mean?
She's gonna get into your psyche and she's gonna shred you. Right? So yes.
I won't do it.
Psyche.
I won't do it.
So that was,
I
but
won't do
those
it.
questions were already asked, bro.
What
are you
does he have?
talking?
How do you know what his
25 years.
question is?
I heard him. He said
Yeah.
He
you've done
didn't
it for
ask a
25
question
years.
yet.
Let him ask.
I've done it for 8.
8 years of psychology.
I think so.
How's
more.
it? So what's the deal
10
though?
10
Like
years.
something like AC's got going on, like his
He's
condition.
trying to get. What is that condition? do you think?
Are you asking me to diagnose?
Real quick.
AC?
Yes.
An overview, real quick. Just with an overview.
You won't hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Contestant number
You
1.
definitely know nobody can hurt my
Go
feelings.
ahead.
Even if you say it, I'm not
That
going to.
was the setup.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just do it.
The fact
Which
that
one
the-
should we go with?
Yeah, well,
Him.
Give me the first letter of the alphabet.
Hey,
No.
We've got an alphabet soup
Hey, I'm
going
trying
on.
to-
Hey.
over.
I had to think about
A?
that for a minute. I literally had to think of, like, I was
No.
like, where's she going from? A, so a symptom that I ever have was arrogant. Oh, I could do this. You want me to go B?
Ooh.
Let's go B.
Bastard.
Okay, B. Bastard. 100%. Dense. Oh, bitch. I thought you said dense. What would be a C?
Cunt.
Oh, that's. See, those are just
Word.
names.
Courageous.
Thank you. You are courageous. You can't just call names, bro.
Dickhead.
Like,
This is fun though.
yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. That's the one thing that I love.
Well done, Sherpa.
Yeah,
I'm
it was,
sorry.
it was
I'm
terrible.
sorry.
He just wanted to get to that, and it was a great bit.
Oh,
hey,
man.
by the way, speaking of bits, I could still go E. Well, E go F. Fuckface. Well, you can call me fuckface. That's what I love about somebody who, when they call you a name, they've got nothing, right? I can say to this guy, "Hey, you're an asshole." It may certain people it hurts, it bothers,
Yeah.
right? You call me any name you want,
Yeah.
but you know how you get to me is when you say, "Hey, guy, you didn't show up when I called you that night." When you'd say you always be there, and I was in the rain, and my child was in the car with me, and I need a ride, nobody picked up the phone. You always told me you'd pick up the phone. You're an asshole. Then I'm like, oh, you got
That's
me.
what that.
All things aside, you do have a heart of gold.
Oh yeah,
You care.
Yeah, he does.
Oh yeah.
I do. Yeah, I care about my friends
care.
and family.
Hero.
100%. Everything else, I
Here's your H.
mean, what's an I?
Ignorant.
Ignorant. See, you
Ignorant.
can't see.
I said ignorant.
You can't call me the word if you can't pronounce it.
I said ignorant.
That's a rule there. But thanks again. Oh, you want
Jackass.
I want to keep.
Bronze
So
rule.
what is
That's a
this?
bronze
Is this a
rule.
real thing? The alphabet thing that we're doing? Is this real? Is this like a real practice?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, how cool is
Oh,
it?
it sounds legit though. Like I don't know.
No,
was
you
about
ever
to-
heard
I
the
was
term
about to-
alphabet soup when
No.
someone has a lot of diagnoses?
That's fantastic.
I love that though.
one.
We
That
could we
was
just
it.
created a technique.
Yeah.
You actually showed it. We demonstrated it.
Yeah.
Everybody
That's-
go home and practice this with your significant other.
I'm gonna apply for the job.
And
Do
then,
that.
and then emails with how many you've divorced.
And then I
find
can
out.
counsel you and coach
Right.
you
Then you
through
can-
interpersonal
Can we
relationships.
though?
I mean, it worked out well for me.
We got to make sure of that. Yeah, the rest of the time that we do, so we're gonna get to Z. We're gonna get to me Z, and do not spit
I
that.
think we skipped G. Just saying.
G. Good looking. It's got to be good looking. I mean, you're not gonna say it, but I know you think it. He knows he think. At least
Gay.
K. What would H?
He has a card.
What, a car?
You have a
K?
card.
I think there's a video.
That's not a K.
That's a G. He said gay. I said, you have a card.
Oh, gay. I thought you said gay.
Well, I feel like we're being real censored this episode, and I got a story that I'm like almost scared to share right
No,
now.
share it.
Wait, hold on.
know.
Speaking of, because you just said gay, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming he had something happen to him this week. Well, please tell us the
Well,
story.
it's like but I'm kind of like scared to share it because it's like there's some racist shit going on
well,
Through
yeah.
it?
What does that mean?
in my neighborhood, and
Oh, it's in your. Oh, this. But you're not a part of it.
well, I don't know, so
You don't know.
Well,
Oh, we just get this story.
is this an accountability story?
Yeah. Are you about to wait? Are you about to confess something?
Skip it.
See, the best part of that. This is
So
where
you
the
wanted a demonstration.
yes, but this is
You're
where
in
the
a safe place.
this is where the comedy starts. He goes, I'm not sure
No, palms
if
are
I'm part of the
sweating.
racist.
His eye.
Did you have a cinder
Pupils are
block on your
dilated.
hands?
Yeah, please. Now you have to say the story.
So I at my house. It's like kind of early in the morning, and I hear some commotion outside. So I walk out the door and I look over, and a red is straight up curb stomping a blackie in the
What's
backyard.
a red?
It's a red.
Gang member color?
Yeah, we're talking Crips, Bloods.
Yeah, that's
A
where I'm at.
red feather,
Are we birds?
A chicken.
a chicken.
What are we supposed to say and throw the popcorn?
Yeah,
What is it?
yeah. Chicken jockey.
Chicken jockey.
Chicken jockey. What the fuck? You know,
And he
all
threw
right.
popcorn on that one guy
So nervous.
Hold on.
who was blue.
You were nervous?
He was nervous. His palms
He
were
wasn't. That was an
sweating.
act. That was a bit. Wait, let's go. For real, was
For real, dude. Like
the
dead
chicken
serious.
was killing the other
Oh
chickens?
my, stomping it out.
wow.
We have 3 black chickens,
Yeah.
1 red chicken, and 1 white chicken.
a full red, like a cardinal
A red chicken, yeah.
Okay.
So the red chicken is the boss bitch. The white
Clearly.
chicken is the little bitch. And then the 3 black chickens are just kind of, doing their thing.
They just stay away from the red and the white.
Yeah. No, they stomp out. Everybody stomps the white out. The white
they all
gets
stomp
stomped
the white?
out. Yeah. But it's fine. She maneuvers. She's got her own. She's always the first one out. She's
They
over
were all
there getting
hens?
the little-
She's-
yeah, all
she's
hens.
pissed.
Chicken.
Oh,
He said
wow.
A pecking order. They got like a
Hens.
pecking order,
Yeah,
you know?
but chicken.
That's
chicken.
not the rooster?
No
The white
roosters.
one?
Chickens
no
are girls.
roosters, no.
Not all chickens are girls.
Boy, here we go.
There's some cocks
No,
in there.
hens.
Hold on, man. Yeah, hens. Wait, so is
There's
There's our
idiot.
seed.
wait a second. Wait. Pause for a second.
All right.
Are you trying to say you got to end because you're the chicken guy? I don't have chickens.
Yeah.
Are all chickens are not female? I thought all chickens were hens.
Well, there's male and female chickens. The roosters are the.
Well, I know it's called the rooster,
male.
but it's not called a chick. You don't say, "Oh, there's the chicken," and be referring to a rooster. It's a rooster.
Chick?
Let's
It's a
ask.
category.
Let's ask the college professor.
No, let's not.
I mean, am I right?
category.
You would know, or
Yo,
you
it's-
don't
you
know.
would say I have chickens, and then you'd be like, I got roosters and hens.
And
Okay, so
Right.
chicken
It's a category.
covers
And lazy
okay.
eggs, the
All right,
rooster
thank you, Dees.
lays
I never
the
knew that. It's like the night I said. Remember when Stack said to me, the male
Cow.
cows, and I'm like, that's the fuck. All cows are female. If you call it a cow, it's a female. It doesn't say because a male cow is a bull.
No,
It's
bull,
not.
And then there's calves and there's.
Yeah, but a cow is a female. All cows are females. Bulls are men. Anyway, I didn't know that. Okay.
I don't know.
So the category is chicken, and the subcategory is rooster and hen. Okay.
This is what we think.
That's. I'm not even sure he knows.
I've never heard of a red one.
I just
though.
I'm
feel a
not
little
sure.
dumber.
Yeah, I've never heard of a red one.
I didn't know about the color
Good thing we did it
category.
on Saturday and not Sunday when you got to go to school on Monday.
I mean, yeah.
I see a red chicken, man. Fucking shit.
Yeah.
Now we
red,
know.
Yeah, red chicken.
It's bloody.
Like a
Yeah, and it's in his yard. I mean, okay. So the red chicken's getting it's
No,
kicking
it
ass
was
to the black chicken.
stomping out the black chicken.
And it was dying. Was it
Non-stop.
dying?
No, it wasn't dying, but it was stomping on its head, like curb stomping.
Oh.
Like, dong, up and down, up
Did
and
you
down on its
stop it?
You
head.
got to stop it.
No, I sat there and I was watching for a second. They ended up working it out. It went
Video?
on for like 30 seconds. It was fine. But it was just
fine.
it was
No footage?
aggressive.
No
No
footage?
footage. No footage.
World star.
Pixar
But then I
didn't
was
happen.
thinking though, I was
Well,
like, is this racist?
It might be. And again, in their mind.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Well, because there are certain things. I'm gonna tell you, this is not. Chalk it up to whatever you want. There are certain situations where dogs will be like a mailman. Why does a dog hate a mailman? Right?
That's just people say that.
Oh, you don't believe that to be
Dude,
true?
No, I
dogs
don't
hate the
Because he's
Amazon
walking up to
people.
his house and he's
Yeah.
protecting his house.
But that's
I think it's
a
quite
delivery
simple.
person. So
Yeah, but they don't just run out and tack the tires off the fucking mail truck.
I did have a
You know what
dog
I
that
mean?
attacked tires.
I had a dog
A
that
pit bull.
I had a dog that literally.
Sweet.
I had a
You
dog
guys,
that.
you guys have problems in your house. That's
I
different.
mean,
I,
that's a given.
so be it, man. What letter are we on?
Not arguing with you there.
I mean, I didn't stop you from using the letters, bro. I didn't say you're hurting my feelings. Stop. L. What would be an L? Loser? No, I'm not a loser. I'm definitely not a loser. Lame? No, I'm not lame.
No.
Long.
Okay.
No, you're not long
Loving,
either.
loving. You said I was loving. You said I was
I
loving.
see you're
Not what I
loving.
heard,
see you're
but we'll
loving
go
in
with
your own
loving.
way.
Yeah, you said I have a big heart.
You do.
Like, okay, that's loving. All right, good. What do you got? I'll give you your fucking last. Everyone here last. It wouldn't be names. It'd be like, I'd be trying to look through the psychology book.
We should
What the
open that
fuck?
up to the audience. Throw out some letters of what you think they would be.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Just
Yeah.
random letters.
They've heard 46 episodes now.
Yeah.
Let's turn it
46.
to them.
Yeah.
Put it in the comments.
I
That
would
be
love,
great.
Put it in
one
the
of
comments.
and one of the funniest is we pitched in the beginning, if you remember, Dees, we pitched that I would love to have a therapist come on and really like dive in. I don't have childhood trauma. I have complete ego. I don't have childhood trauma.
Everyone has.
I don't. I really don't.
trauma. Everyone has trauma.
I just say trauma. Everybody, yeah. I was in a car accident that unfortunately my grandmother didn't survive, and that was a month
That's-
later. But that was that. I was.
And you've
20
also lost friends
I
along
was
the way. That's
21.
trauma.
Yeah, but I'm saying childhood. Like
That's-
a priest never diddled me. I
calling
was never
bullshit.
abused. I was never mentally abused, physically abused. My parents are still together since they're 14 years old. I had a Norman Rockwell childhood. I went on vacations. I decided to move into getting into drugs and all that because I thought I was cool, right? There's always that one that's going to be the clown. There's always going to be the one that wants to be the leader. There's always going to be the one that's going to try anything. And I was that kid, right? Just like my other guy, Zeus, he was the guy that would jump off the cars and do all that stuff. I didn't have childhood trauma the way I define childhood
The
trauma.
way you define it.
Yeah, but isn't that childhood trauma? Like, isn't when you get beat by your parents? I mean, that's trauma, right? When your parents abuse you in any sort of way, or God forbid, outside people abuse you. I just didn't have that.
The
one.
messages we receive as children.
I received to this day. I still receive. My mother and father are gay. Like they're gay. They want to hug. They want to. I still kiss my father. I'm 54 years old.
Beautiful.
The tongue?
So I just didn't have that. Yeah, sometimes
sorry.
tongue. Just
that
depends.
makes it gay.
Depends
That
where he
makes
is.
it gay.
Yeah, that's my G. Oh yeah.
Oh, out.
It's awkward when I try and kiss your father. That's when it gets a little weird. But yeah, so I think I'm very blessed by that because I have a lot of friends. First of all, a lot of my friends' parents were divorced, and then I have a lot of friends that parents left them, and I do have some guys that unfortunately I know were abused. I can't even knock on wood because it's past now. It's not. I'm not gonna go backwards. All of a sudden, I'm gonna go outside and there's gonna be Uncle Jimmy wanting me to sit on his lap and be like, "Fuck, I thought I missed it," But yeah, I didn't have that. I didn't have. So my problems are my ego, like where I believe, but I don't know. I try and teach my children, and I will not make any apologies for it. I don't want, and I've seen you. I want my kids to be fucking fearless. I want my kids to think that they can do and win and say anything that they want within themselves without hurting other people. And that's how I live my life. I want my kids to be confident. I don't want kids to kick cans and wonder. I don't yell at my children. I sit down and look them in the eye and tell them. I'll tell them to stop. I'm a parent, right? They're gonna stick their tongue in the outlet. I'll tell them. But I want them to learn that this is a safe space. If you're afraid of me, you're not gonna tell me when Uncle Jimmy wants you to sit on their lap.
Well, then it's about you and not learning. If they're afraid of you, if we are parenting with fear, then it's just about.
I
But
think
don't you think just hitting a
us.
child makes them fear you?
Definitely.
Like giving them a spanking makes them fear you.
Definitely.
Screaming at them all the time makes them
Yeah,
fear you.
yeah.
I think that it's the
'Cause
lack
now you
of
lost it.
parenting these days.
What's that?
I think it's the lack of parenting these days.
I agree.
Yeah,
But
there's
it's
a-
both
there's a
extremes,
lot of that,
right? There's
you
a
know?
lack, complete lack.
Yeah,
And
that's
really it's and the other part about it too is like parents are we're all also parenting ourselves
Absolutely.
while we're parenting
Absolutely.
because
What does
of
that mean?
because of
What-
our
what do you mean by
childhood.
that?
Because
if
times
you-
have changed. Things aren't the same as it was when you grew up. You were growing up, and then now you're doing in a different world, and they do different things. And some parents are just checked out,
and maybe
they just let
our
them teach
parents,
themselves.
Right? Like
you know?
I was pretty feral,
You know?
didn't have a lot of guidance,
But you
and
turned out okay. See,
Yeah.
you made the choice.
You're Oz, man.
But you made the choice.
it takes a lot of work.
It does
and
take a
it's
lot of
and
work.
it's why I chose the field that I chose
Yeah, and
to
luck.
work with kids that
and luck, and it takes a little bit of luck.
Some grit.
Because here we are.
Yeah.
I truly believe that every minute that we're here, okay, is we're lucky because
Yeah.
how many don't make it?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
how many
Yeah.
don't make it? As much as my parents drive me nuts with the hugs and kisses and the lovers and the stuff, my mother, I mean, one of the weirdest things my mother always tries to get us to do, and I will not do this, is you'll walk by and she'll like, oh, massage my shoulders, you know, and I'm like, no, ma, we're not doing. So I get her the massage gun. Here, you go, you're okay. I'll even
Mom
help
can
with the
massage
massage
my
gun.
shoulders
Yeah.
any day she wants.
Oh, my mother. No, she wants us to massage
Oh,
hers.
her.
So we'll give her a quick,
Oh, yeah.
and we'll be.
Oh, I
Ma.
pay my daughter.
No, you see, yeah, there's that line.
Doc says that to Stacks.
Yeah,
I'm like,
does
get
she?
your elbow in there. In there.
Oh yeah, I struggle. I remember I can't eat with my family, right? I love my family, so I
right.
can't hear the
Again,
noise.
the alphabet.
I can't.
We're
Yeah,
back
I
to
can't.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there. I didn't say there wasn't some nuances going on here. I never claimed that all the alphabet is going to be fantastic. Right? Ego, ignorant. What you say?
I said ignorant.
You didn't say.
I
When I
Did he
wrote
pronounce?
it.
Can you rewind that and see if he
going
pronounced the G? This son of a bitch did not pronounce the G.
me, myself.
Yeah, but that's interesting because do you think in all the years? Let me ask do you want to get back on? Do you want
Go
to?
ahead.
Do you want to do
Go
a
ahead.
number system?
That was
of
good
me?
right there. That little transition, that little
was
conversation. That was good. Yeah,
It
she
was.
talked a little bit. I learned a
Sherpa-
little something. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Talked a little. See, some bitch is still gonna say she hasn't talked about. I think she talked.
We
I
taught
think
each
we
other
got-
today.
I think we got a good interview out of her. Do you think that the kids that you work with, have you ever come across them and they're like, hey, I remember you. Thank you. Have you ever come in contact with them ever?
Just the other day in the parking lot, a girl
And?
stopped her car and got out of. I was walking through the parking lot, and she stopped her car and got out of it
Yeah.
to say, "Oh my God, do you remember me?" I
Oh,
had her in high
nice.
school. I worked in an alternative high school. I was her school counselor
Alternative high school.
and her administrator. But yeah,
Yeah, alternative high school. Like when you're talking those, are you talking the ones in the shopping centers?
yes,
Because my daughter went to one of those.
yeah,
She
Love it.
refused to. It was. She didn't need to be
we're
there.
doing good stuff.
Yeah,
We
those.
need 'em.
Yeah. Those were. That was for people that I felt my daughter used that as a cop out because she was so insecure about her schooling. See, Nicole has a real, as we know, we've talked about. You know, she has some mental health issues, right? That she is doing therapy and all that. But I felt that she used that as an excuse just to get out of the high school because she felt like the high school, everybody,
But there's a
when you're-
lot going on at once, right? With all the kids, and
Correct.
you're on stage, and you're supposed to be at this caliber of knowing the things. And if she had mental health issues that were a challenge all the way through, she didn't have the same foundation they had. So she needed a smaller class setting with people that understood her, understood why she was the way she was, and what she needed.
Okay, interesting. So she did.
I
See
agree.
what you know what I did with that? Interesting enough, I had contacted her school because here I'm 100%. I don't care what anyone says. Ego. I am no. When my ex had any boyfriend or anything like that, there was nobody raising my children. Period. The end. Nobody. I made them all clear just so they know. Hey, man, I'm not taking away from your relationship. You do what you will with her, but those are my kids. So what I did with that alternative school is I said, okay, Nick, because whatever Nick needed, I was 100% in. Right? I mean, it bankrupted me at one point. So, and we're talking, when I say bankrupt, I mean, I put her in the desert like Jesus and his 12 friends for 4 and 6 months. And Colleen and I were going out there all the time. Right? Cece and I were going out there all the time. And it was almost just under $500,000. You know, one of those therapy
Like a rehab?
programs.
Okay.
Yeah. It was one of those
Intake.
wilderness retreats.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I do with,
Residential.
what's that?
Residential.
But yeah, but it was they literally did, there was no school. It was in the desert. She carried a backpack around in Utah.
Like an outward bound type
A
thing.
wilderness, they called it a wilderness program. Ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
So at that time,
Is that show you saw? It was on. That was one of them,
Netflix,
like the
yeah.
camp show. Where
Yeah.
they go in there and they just.
Yeah, and Nicole got lucky because she was not abused there. There was
God.
a whole Netflix.
That was a
Oh.
real thing.
real thing. So these parents were like trying to, but I was heavily involved. I called the counselor every couple of days. I flew out there 3 times during this time, right? I think 4, and then we had the graduation, the whole 9 yards. I flew one of the top psych doctors in from California, Irvine, to have them evaluate her, right? And she was so happy because they gave her bagels. She had nothing to say except the guy gave her. She's like, Dad,
She was
I
hungry.
fin-"
She'd been in
she's
the
like,
desert.
desert, right? She's like, I finally fucking ate, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, so what I do with that alternative school is I called her school, okay, and I said, look, this is how this is going to play out, and I kid you not, I said, this is what we're going to do. She's going to go to this alternative school, okay? She's going to graduate because she did it in senior year. Okay. I said she's going to graduate from there, and you're going to take those credits to her school. She did 3 years in a normal school, right? suffering. Okay. I said, you're going to let her walk. And they fucking did. It took a long, I had to get in front of the school
That's
board.
what they're there for.
I had to do it all. Like,
but you can do that in an alternative school.
no, I
had a
mean,
student
walk at
that,
the high school.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
I took
they can do that.
yeah, I took, because they were like,
fine.
oh, well, she's not in the school. I said, that doesn't matter.
It doesn't
It took a beating.
She graduated.
Yeah, she graduated with the high school that she should have been in. So what happened? You had
So I had a student that I got her junior year, and her math teacher, she was struggling and she missed a lot of school for we'll say health reasons. It was stomach related, but again, that was part of it. So she missed a lot of school, K through 11, we'll say. So we find out that, because I'm talking to her math teacher says she knows the stuff, but they have to take tests. Of course, don't get me on the standardized test thing because I don't support it, but they need them to graduate. And so if they don't have an IEP, right? So individual, so I won't get too far into that. So anyways, she didn't have one of those. And we found out, I talked her mom into getting private testing to see if she had any kind of learning disability that had not been recognized up to 11th grade. Come to find out, she had what's called dyscalculia, because her math teacher said she knows it. She can tell me the stuff. She knows the stuff. But when she goes to take the test, she can't pass the test.
Okay.
So come to find out, she has dyscalculia, which is just like dyslexia, but for math, where the numbers jump all over the page.
Oh, shit.
So we find that out her junior, we might have been at her senior year by the time we got the test done. And that qualified her to get the paperwork that she needed to get what she needed so we could graduate her with a standard high school diploma. So that is where a student who, it may look like one thing, but then when you dig in, you find out she really has an issue, and it's real, and it's a real thing. And you can get her the help she needs. And I have to say, it was math. It was really math. And I became her person, mentored her through college. She just graduated college, and I was able to have the honor. When you say, do I ever have students? I was able to actually marry her and her husband. So they stick with you.
Do we have a over there? No. That's a clap.
It was a true honor.
That's awesome. That really,
honor.
that's awesome. And Nicole is where she's at, where she is today, for those reasons. Not only first and foremost, again, what letter are we on? J.
And
no, we're like an N.
And all right, narcissist.
Oh,
That's
I've heard it come up before.
I'm not a narcissist. They don't know
100%.
if they call me. If they truly call me, if they call me a narcissist, and you're an active teaching professor. If they call me a narcissist, it's the wrong word, because the narcissist only thinks about themselves.
I think we all have narcissistic tendencies.
Yeah, but a true narcissist, in the definition of narcissist,
the DSM,
correct,
is
the furthest thing from me, because I give a shit about other people. Narcissists don't care about it. Like they don't give a fuck about anybody but themselves. Anyway, so besides me, first and foremost, picking up the pieces constantly, which I will pick up till the day you bury me, or you put me in an urn, or whatever the fuck you're gonna do with me. It was people like you that were in her lives, and I know the people that were there. Me, Mrs. Doherty, who was out there as her school counselor, rooting for her, and working with me, there was this race, I think it's Ray Schallenberg, who, rest in peace, he recently passed away. One of the nicest guys, but was like her math teacher, one of those, just another one rooting for her, because they cared. There are a lot of, in the medical field, I will say there's a lot that now they've been trained, it's a number, a bed, and move them along, because the beds make money. All right. Yeah. So they don't, I dare say, care, because I think individually, if you get into that field, you probably do care. But I think the system makes you have to do what you have to do, that they tell you to do, that you can help this patient for 48 hours and then you got to get to the next one, right? So you don't have that constant, probably what it
human
was
touch, right?
40 years ago, right? But people like yourself, you should be at all their fucking weddings, because the parents, we're the bad guys. Right? We're the bad guys. We're the ones who don't understand it. We don't, I wasn't even, unfortunately, her mom at that time wasn't versing herself in what was going on.
Yeah, you're so
because
in
you're
it,
so
you're
scared.
Underneath it.
Correct.
And you are scared. You are fear-based decisions, because it's your kid.
100%.
And so when someone can look at it more objectively, they can help solve the problem.
And it takes a special soul, because, you've got your own life. right? You've got your family, you've got your kids, you're going home and, you're burping little Billy. But at the end of the day, right?
Billy.
Yeah. Isn't that such a good name? Your kid, hopefully just yes or no, your kid's name is not Billy, right? Oh, thank God. She'd have been like, fucking believe you put it in as Billy.
Now you tell us.
Yeah. I want to go back for 1 second. When you're talking standardized testing, are you talking about the testing, you're against the testing that is happening where the entire school takes a test because the school gets money based on the grades of the test as a whole, correct? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. The only people making money are the politicians.
Yeah, I
that
hate
one.
those.
Yeah. But do you not feel, and I'm not trying to debate it because it's not my world, right? But don't you feel they kind of need something like that
No.
to
Something.
gauge
Some
where the
assessments,
education
yes,
is?
We need assessments. Do we need to
I think
spend
so.
and focus entirely on testing and attach
gotcha.
teachers'
Yeah. See, there's a whole
salary
subsection.
to it?
Yeah,
We've just gone way too far down the rabbit hole
Yeah,
because politicians got involved and they're not educators.
Right. Because I would think the gist of the testing is to gauge where, because they don't leave kids back nowadays, right?
Yeah, but
Sometimes they do.
behavior,
Very
sometimes
rarely,
they do,
though.
but behavior hasn't
I don't know
changed.
Any child that's ever left me
Have
like
you
that.
behavior hasn't changed, right?
Right.
We still have all sorts of people that started off as all kinds of kids with all kinds of skills.
Yep.
And what we're doing is we're trying to just again round into a square peg, and that's never going to work.
No.
Right?
But I
It's
think
not
that-
going to work. That's why we're always going to need alternative schools who look at the child and say,
100%.
what do you need? And what are your skill set? And what is your
Yeah.
gift to the world? And what are you going to do? And they're going to be successful. Nicole's is successful.
Yeah,
She's a
100%.
successful adult.
I just think you need a gauge, and
But
unfortunately, how do you
tests.
individually
we took
test
tests,
each
what,
child?
once a year or so.
Yeah.
We had to
Yeah.
do the bubbles.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's gotten out of
Control.
hand.
So you know
because-
better than us because now once you bring in politics and money, just like
That's
you do
it.
in religion,
Yeah.
all of a sudden things get
Yeah.
skewed is the word.
And
I
our
would
kids
assume.
suffer.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're seeing our kids suffer.
Yeah, yeah.
You're seeing them suffer. The performance anxiety, what I see
Oh, yeah.
at the
Brooklyn-
college in the first semester and with my college students, and they will tell you performance anxiety is hurting them. We're teaching them to grind and stress and perform
I agree.
and not
then
be. I have to tell students who are dual enrolled because I have 11-year-olds in my class as early as 11 years old that are doing college while they're in middle school because they're conditioned to grind. Now that's okay for some students who love it and can't get enough. They're academics, they're going to be doctors, they're going to go on and they love it. They love learning and that's great for them. It's not great for all.
Right.
And the things the messages we're sending them at a very young, vulnerable age is to grind it out and stress. And then they have to go, and then they need, therapists and medication. And then got them in this sick and medicated
world.
world.
You know,
and the cycle continues. But
I 100% agree and hear what you're saying, and I think playing devil's advocate on one side of that is that if they took all of the bullshit out of it, it wouldn't be a bad thing just to get, because you're never going to have the way the population has grown. You don't have the ability to have enough people to do one-on-one. Right?
Yeah.
You don't have the ability to have people like yourself because those kids come to you.
not everybody needs it.
Not everybody needs it.
Right.
So if you can get where there's an overall, and there's always going to be that plus or minus factor, right? 10% or whatever the case may be, you have to accept some of that, right?
Right, of course, but that keeps everybody going, right? I mean, it keeps we
the
need everybody
grind is
in
what they
all
do.
the professions,
Right.
and so that's what
And they
gets
need to pay
me
them
working
more.
for a college. It gets me where we say college isn't for everyone, and I'm like, well, hold on, because if you look at the title of the school, we have all of those vocational programs at the college.
Right.
So we got to be careful with our terminology and what we say in the message we send to kids.
100%.
And learning is for everyone. Learning a skill, learning a trade, or
And some of them are just going to go out there and, school may not be for them. And we have to accept those kids as they are and say,
Right.
you have to, if you're going to go find your way as an entrepreneur,
right, you're brilliant. You have a different kind of brilliance.
You are allowed to excel that and without consequence.
And they will. They always have. They always will.
It was funny
They'll
because
be fine.
Brooklyn, New York, back in the day, there was one school that I knew that just said, no, we're not doing that test. And the school said, we're not doing tests. Well,
Yeah.
what were they going to do?
Right.
But what they did do was they punished them by funding. They said, okay, you're not going to be part of the game.
Again, it's
You're
a
going to
money
have
game.
broken down fucking desks.
Yep.
You know, I'm going to be etching your name, you know, on a desk that's been etched for the last 20 years.
You're seeing it now with the big universities losing funding because we don't do what we're told to do.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that, you know, we'll never get into that
Let's
political
But
deal,
it's-
but you're
that's
100%
the game.
right. Yeah. But because then we'll all of a sudden, all of our, you know, Trumper people be like, well, you know, you're trying to say it's its fault. I'm not saying it's anybody's fucking fault.
I mean,
And
if you're an
100% right.
educator, get in the conversation.
Yeah. And you know, and I think that I think one of the biggest problems that this country has, and probably most countries, is we do not pay the educators enough. Sorry, we just don't pay them enough. You can't tell me, you know, first responders and educators, they should be making Tom Cruise money. I'm sorry. The fact that he's hanging off a fucking plane in his 7th movie.
Risking his
Yeah,
life.
I'm sure he's a great guy.
Dude, he's badass.
Yeah,
man.
okay, but is it worth?
Nobody's
It's
like
not
Tom
sexy
Cruise.
though, you know?
It's not.
Cruise, the
It's
man.
not sexy enough.
Right.
But you know what? Without what you people do,
Right.
there are no Tom Cruises.
Right.
I mean, sorry, because he didn't just fall
Somebody
out
had
of the
to tell
sky.
him.
It's the same conversation that we had in this room, where you know Sherpa wants to believe that you know he can just pray and pray and pray every day, and all of a sudden he's an MMA fighter. You have to hone
mean,
the skill. So Tom Cruise
Somebody
worked
told
with
him he could
somebody.
be a Scientologist. That was a bad move.
Yeah, right. And Sherpa, you know, I love you. But at the end of the day, it comes down to this: that you have to hone the skill. No matter what
Right.
you do,
Whatever
you
it
have to hone
is,
the
whatever
skill.
your gift is. And
Right.
we all have
And
some
teachers
type
are the
of
ones who
brilliance.
do that. Yeah.
And teachers find the brilliance in kids.
Yeah, that's so funny. Speaking of, you had said therapy, right? I'm going to end on this because I know we're getting close, right? And yeah, that was very insightful.
Yes,
I hope
very
you
insightful.
spoke enough for Sherpa. You did for me. I appreciate it. You
Me
know, and
too.
once
He
again,
doesn't wanna include
one
me.
more,
Oh,
one.
I think we're at O.
Yeah,
We're
one,
at O.
okay. Oh, openness. Because as Sherpa said, hey,
You don't
let
get to
the-
choose the word, bro.
Oh, I don't get to choose the word.
No,
We
I
choose
think
it for
I
you.
think your
Okay,
listeners
what's
are
the-
going to choose. So
What's the O, bro?
Audi belly button.
I don't have that. I definitely don't have that. I'm full of lint, bro. I'm lint full. All right, give me we're gonna go with Audi belly button. I'm gonna start writing down by the end of the year. We're gonna have a whole list. I gotta remember that. See, I said them all, so we'll start again.
Okay.
Anyway, I have a story about therapy. So I was talking to a friend of mine, right, the other day. Once again, my friends have a lot of conversations. I couldn't do what we do and have all the things that are on my notes without being around the people that I know. And she walks in and she decides to tell us that, you know, she went to a chiropractor. Right, chiropractic therapy. Right? Now
I've been waiting for this
you're gonna
story
appreciate
all
this,
day.
Sherpa. You're gonna appreciate it. It just, as I was talking to my sister, you know, and my New York family, that's where they come from. I mean, New York is a wealth of fucking podcast material. They went to a chiropractor, right? And a whole family goes, and they're all in the same room. Like in the chiropractor room. Now I remember chiropractor you bring in, hey, AC, you're next. I go in the room, he snaps my neck, I go out. And my mother wasn't sitting there, and my aunt, my uncle, nobody was sitting. But this person goes into the chiropractor office, and they're all in there in one shot. And along the wall is water beds, right? So they're sitting on water beds waiting for their turn to be fucking chiropractic.
Was
Is
this
that
in a
what you-
strip mall?
That's what I wondered. I asked the first question, were the lights on?
Black lights? What color lights?
Were the lights on? And but like she proceeded to literally tell us that that's how it happened. Like in this chiropractor, it was a full-on chiropractor.
People know what a waterbed looks like now, huh?
Yeah.
I used to own one.
So
I had
did
one too.
I.
I had one
loved
too.
it.
Oh,
Loved it.
Loved it.
So did I.
Yeah.
And as we progressed, the waterbeds got better.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
With the tubes.
with the tubes in it,
Yes.
the cotton in
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I mean, I go back.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
my first bed probably besides that purchase up there, that tiger picture you all make fun of, was a waterbed.
Yeah.
And then as it got better, it had the towers next to it with the overhead lights, you know, with the two lights.
Did you ever have sex on one?
That's what- yeah.
Yeah.
What?
You just started swaying.
Yeah, bro. You
Just
can't-
getting into it.
No, you don't do that. You don't do it like that.
Like you're surfing.
Yeah, no, bro. No.
Clearly, he did not.
He did not. He did not have sex.
And then-
Oh, me? Yeah,
And
clearly.
then you wipe
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Or have you ever had your waterbed pop?
Oh,
Yes.
Where you wake up
not
in
smell
water,
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
or where you wake up in water, like
Yeah,
you are literally,
terrible.
yeah. So,
You don't
so
forget
I
that.
could not, is that a thing now? Are you going to doctor's offices and you're being seduced out of waterbed? Like, are the waterbeds still running? Can you go buy a waterbed right now?
I
Could you
should try
just
it
punch
out.
up and see if you can buy a waterbed
I
right
have
now?
questions.
Yeah, I have lots of questions. Like I laughed.
I would love a waterbed again.
And she didn't have answers.
Waterbed on the wall, though, you said.
Yeah, it was
How
like
does that
it was
work?
like along the wall.
Along
So in the
Like
room
lined
was
up,
the
like boom, boom,
yeah,
boom.
yeah. So they were sitting on a waterbed, and then she was trying to explain it like it was half her body was outside the waterbed, but the other half was in the waterbed.
Maybe it's just something to like you're waiting or something, like you're waiting comfortably.
waiting, as in WAIT
That's a
or
reach.
waiting.
I said
WATI.
waiting.
That's
You can't
a
hear me.
reach.
All right, it could. So I thought that
But-
was ridiculous. And this happened to a friend of
This is in
mine
town?
whose friend. Like this is what happened. Like they're kids, so the kids tell the story, right? And what's happening is like my friend's kid went to this other house with them and ended up going to their doctor's appointment. For the guy. So I said, if ever
Awkward.
that happens again, you fucking
in the car.
You call. Forget singing like what with the windows up. You know, you call like as you're on the bed. Make the call. You know, excuse me, I have to make a call.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Hey, it was the funniest
I
thing.
need the bathroom.
And I
Yeah.
I trust that clearly we know them, and my family, who the friend of ours who we know through the family, that he would. It was like a Sisler kind of guy. He'd have killed them, right? It wasn't Sisler per se, but he'd have killed them. But I have full confidence that it wasn't evil, but it was very unique. Like even to tell the story, you know, and she told it with a smile and was laughing and being like, you know, oh, yeah, you don't
Yeah.
understand. But do they still sell waterbeds? Do you see waterbeds?
Yeah. You can buy them at Lowe's, Walmart.
You can buy
Yeah,
a waterbed.
yeah, because I
Lowe's?
just recently purchased a bed.
You just purchased a waterbed?
Not a
Never
water
knew
bed,
you could buy
not a
one at
water bed.
Lowe's.
Not a
At
water bed,
Lowe's?
but I was just in the
Serious?
market.
You were gonna buy a waterbed?
No, but I saw them because I did my research.
You wanted a waterbed?
No, I
she's
saw that they were
fucking-
available.
Our professor, you know, yeah.
Professor.
Yeah.
Oz.
You know what you do, Dees? You go from the professor to the Reiki. You have a whole fucking weekend planned. You have a whole fucking
the
weekend.
waterbed.
Oh my
the
God.
waterbed.
Well, we want to thank you for, I
Yes.
think we're at 110, 115, something like that. Do you have any additional questions, Sherpa, you'd like to ask we have her one-time professor, 25 years doing her thing. What do you got for her? One time. We'll get to my Z one day.
Yeah, we'll get there one of these days. I think that we could go for another couple hours. I feel like we're just getting warmed up. I like when she naturally started talking and we got to hear some of her insights. You're very smart and you can tell. And yeah, I'm sure you got a bunch of great stuff to share if this dude would ever just shut up.
See, but you see, there again, I'm the villain.
But you play it so well.
Don't I?
That's
though?
your V.
Yeah, that's what they got. You know why they say that kind of stuff? Because they would love to be in this chair. Don't kid yourself. It would be great, right?
I'm okay
here.
in my chair.
Yeah, are
I
you?
think, I think everybody likes their chair.
Yeah. No.
100%. I don't gotta say anything if I don't want.
Right, you don't gotta say anything except throughout the little day. Yeah, asshole, fucking hell. The names, you know, the names.
Does it well.
Yeah, he tries. He does. But he doesn't want to be on camera because God forbid, right? We could all be on camera
Yeah,
with
really.
our
I
dicks
could
in our
take the
hand.
risk.
Yeah, right. We could all do it, but
He's
God
the
forbid.
white wolf, baby.
Right.
White wolf.
God forbid, Cher is. You know what's gonna happen one day? You ain't gonna fucking piss me off when you go me. I'm gonna fucking put it all over. There he is. I'm gonna sneakily take a little picture of him with his headphones on. He's gonna be like Kendrick Lamar, like coming out of the fucking music awards and shit.
Bop, bop,
Yeah, right. Okay, so thank you for coming on. We appreciate. Did you have fun?
I did.
Was it
Very
exactly what you expected?
Yes,
Okay. Was it comfortable? Would you come back?
probably.
Okay, we like to hear that. We like to. Sherpa, do you have anything else to say?
I got nothing.
You want to beat me up one more time? And we work well together with that, man. And him and his red chicken.
Red chicken. I love it. I gotta see it.
Yeah. I don't. It's probably dead. The other
Pixar
one's
didn't
eat it
happen.
up. What's that?
Pixar didn't happen.
Pix?
Yeah, Pixar
Oh
didn't
yeah,
happen.
Pixar didn't happen. See, we like her. She's fucking
she's
fun.
on it.
Yeah, she. Like
That's
that's
how
why
she
you guys
tackled
work
kids
well
back then.
together.
She just like,
As-
don't do this again, or I'll
Oh yeah,
I'll
yeah.
fuck you up.
Yeah,
It won't end well.
Yeah,
I
it
will
won't
throw.
end well.
Yeah,
I did give you the warning.
I'll give you the warning.
And
One strike, you're out.
That's how I roll.
the saddest part of that warning was like again when
He wasn't
when-
sure if I was kidding or not.
No, I knew you weren't kidding. I knew you weren't kidding.
It was a long pause before he answered.
I was
text.
on. I'm trying to. It was kind of like where Shannon was telling us. Remember, she was saying, "Don't rile me up." And they tell me these rules. I always have rules.
Yeah, he breaks
but I don't
every
know the
single one of
fucking,
them. That's
like,
why I
lot
stopped
of
telling
rules.
you shit.
Yeah, why don't
Yeah,
you stop
you-
telling what I
yeah.
tell? I know.
I know.
I don't tell shit.
Yes,
I
you
don't
do.
tell.
Yes, you do.
What do I tell? Give me one thing you've ever heard me say about her.
Ball about hers?
Yeah, anybody.
Let's not say it again. Come on, coach.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, he almost had you on that
He
one.
didn't have me on that.
No, you almost had him on that.
Yeah, you almost
said
got it.
again.
I almost
Yeah.
did it.
Almost did
Set
what?
up.
I don't know.
Oh, I can't
Lined
wait
up
to
the
hear-
pitch.
I can't wait to hear it. Yeah, no, I'm a vault. I'm a fucking vault. Wait, did I do something wrong? Like, why do I not? If I
big
do
vault.
something wrong, I want to know. I want to know what I did
I
wrong.
thought
big
V
hairy
was for
vault.
villain,
Yeah,
not vault.
yeah. Wait, I still want to know. Now I'm interested. We'll just keep playing the
Yeah.
music out. But yes, I can't wait to hear this story at the end of the show. What do you guys say?
Thanks, Oz, Erin, for coming on the show. Again, if you liked our show, you're welcome to join. Like, comment, and subscribe like always. See us on YouTube, any platform you see out there. Leave a review and grab a brew, baby. Cheers.
Yeah, and let's.
I want to see the comments of all the alphabet letters.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Yeah,
Excited
well, we
about
did
that.
a whole bunch of them, so we'd have to
Creativity. Bring
start
it.
wherever you want.
Bring it.
You know, or like
Bring your
us with
brilliance in the comments.
What did Dick Dastard that day? You know, Dick
Dastard.
Yeah, Dick Dastard.
Dick
Why don't you do the whole
Dastard.
alphabet by yourself? We appreciate
I
it.
haven't heard from him in a while.
All right, we gotta wait till he puts some music on again. Yeah, if he'd make maybe if he just did his job and made the music longer, we'd be okay.
Maybe.
He knows that we play the music out every
you're
time.
doing a great
He
job.
has that job, right? He has that job. Don't patronize his bullshit.
Oh,
and with
yeah.
that, thank you. AC out. Complete Nonsense Podcast is brought to you today by Anglo-American Optical, a 100-year-old manufacturer of high-end English eyewear, produced in the UK, distributed everywhere. Check them out for all your eyewear needs. Anglo-American Optical, Ltd.com. Also, What Do I Care Optical, an online eyeglass retailer specializing in Maui Jim, Ray-Ban, Anglo-American Optical, and many other brands. They offer the best lenses on the market. Check them out at whatdoicareoptical.com. And lastly, Blue Savage Tea, an up-and-coming apparel company that specializes in custom designs of high-quality clothing and apparel. If you can design it, you can imagine it, they can make it. Check them out, Blue Savage Tea on Facebook, or email them any of your apparel needs. Blue Savage Tea, that's BLU, savagetea@gmail.com.